Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video I wanted to give you guys my first impressions and also sort of an in-depth look at the new Mastodon ZikZ 612H DLC truck. So quickly before we get into it, I'm just going to have us pulling different large trailers in the background, and then I'm going to have a little video player up here. And this is going to be kind of what we're talking about at that specific moment in time. This isn't exactly a review, but it's going to have a lot of factual information about the truck, such as the water carrier on this truck is actually the largest in the game. So one of the first things that I wanted to do was look at the width of the truck. So if you see here, we have the Caterpillar 770G kind of lined up with it right here. And this is actually about one tire's length. Skinnier than that, which used to be the widest truck, but then if you look behind us, kind of on the left hand side here, with the K7M and the dualies, and you can see it's not even covering all the way to the second or the end of the first tire. It's kind of about halfway through this tire where it lines up. And the truck we'll probably be comparing it with the most is going to be the ZikZ 605R. So here we have it side by side, so you can see the length of it, and obviously it's quite a bit longer. And then if we look in the back here, this is it compared width-wise. So just a little bit wider. It's actually not as wide as I thought, but yeah, that's what it looks like compared to the ZikZ width-wise. And then here is the ZikZ lined up with some of the other long trucks, so we kind of line them up. It's not exact, but it's pretty close on all of them. And as you can see, we have the International Paystar 5600 TS on the far right. And I'll turn it so you guys can actually see the difference in length here. We have the new Mastodon in the blue. We have the Azov 73210 here. And then the Western Star Twins here, which is clearly longer, but this is a 4-slot bed. I just kind of wanted to give you guys a comparison on all those. And this is the Paystar without the crane. If you attach the crane, it does become longer. And then if we take a look at fuel, this is the fuel capacity of the truck if you absolutely put every possible upgrade that has fuel that you can hold at once. So we have the roof rack, which has 140. There's a little box right here, which actually has some fuel if I can get around. Here we go. We got 2 canisters here. Normally the canisters are 20 each, but both of them on this truck are wrong. These ones have 25 each, and these ones have less than 20 each, because this is 140, that should be more. This is 50, that should be less. In total, 190. If you add the fuel tank, that gives you 1800. It's a total of 1990, which puts it in 8th place overall. And I just put the Paystar next to it to show you this is a 2600 liter tank, the biggest one in the game. I figured if we're going to measure up the king, we might as well measure it up against the king of each category. So the king of the next category is the K7M with its 79-inch tires. The new Mastodon is tied for 7th place with the ZikZ 605R, and it has 61-inch tires. And now we're going to put it up against the kings of the next 2 categories. The first one is repair points. So if you guys don't know, the ZikZ 605R is the king of repair points at a possible 1400, 600 in its roof rack, 800 in the maintenance add-on, and then tied for 2nd place is the new Mastodon. So it can have a total of 950. And if you guys know, this service kit actually holds 300, but guess what? When you attach this add-on, the service kit's gone. I will tell you the other combinations where the service kit is gone, but that means that you can only have 150 plus your 800, 950 total. But that does put it in 2nd place, tied with both the Pike and the KRS Bandit. And if you're wondering why this Western Star 47X NF1424 is here, that is because that is the king of the spare tire category with 9. So it can have 4 in its roof rack, and then it can have another 5 in the maintenance add-on here. So for a total of 9. It is the only truck in the game that can have 9, and the new Mastodon can have 8. It can have 6 in here, and you got the option for one here and one here, so the maximum would be 8. and that ranks the Mastodon in second place in a 5-way tie. And the last category that we're going to look at is the water tank size. So as I told you guys earlier, this truck, the new Mastodon, has the largest water carrier in the game at 2,500 liters. That is replacing the previous king, which is the Derry Special 15C-177. This one could hold 2,200 liters, which had a 400 liter lead on second place. So now this one has a 700 liter lead on third place. It's 300 above this, which is 400 above third place. So the Mastodon is king of water. And speaking of water, this add-on cannot attach any trailers. So that is just something to keep in mind. Another add-on that cannot attach any trailers is actually the 3-slot cargo bed. This cannot attach any trailers. Along with the seismic vibrator, but that can't on any trucks. And another thing with this water add-on, this one also gets rid of the service kit right here. So that service kit is gone when you have both the water add-on or when you have the service add-on. Those are the only two options that get rid of the service kit. So the truck has a base cost of $228,400, which is the most expensive truck in the game, and it's not available in any American maps or Canadian maps, but you can buy it in both Blades and Russian maps. And the truck can be upgraded to cost $300,500 without having the roof rack, this metal frame, or the spare tire, because those ones are in the visual category, but if you were to add those in, that would cost you another $8,200. And this is what the truck would look like without it, and you guys just saw what it looks like with it. So this is the most expensive options for the truck. So I'm just going to briefly go over the different customization options. If you guys want to watch longer videos of almost any of these statistics, I have them all in separate videos, which I'll link below. So this truck has 3 separate engines, which I believe are all unique to this truck. It has 3 gearboxes, Special, Fine Tune, and Advanced Special. The Fine Tune and Advanced Special give it 6 gears. The Special has 3 gears, so it's much slower. It also doesn't have any suspension upgrades as of now. And for tire options, it has quite a few. So you got all-terrain, off-road, some mud tires, and chains. Then for winches, you got your normal 4 options. You got a spare tire possibility. You got 2 different snorkels. And here is all the options for different add-ons you could have on the truck. And if you want to add a roof rack, that is in this category. You need to add this Savior if you want to add the spare wheel. And then finally, if you guys have made it this far into the video, you're probably wondering what are my opinions on the truck, and I will give you a little bit of it, but as a reminder, this is not a review. This is just mainly facts about the truck, but I will give you my first impressions of it, which is the sort of title of the video. So the truck, in my opinion, is actually a great truck. And if you think about it, for most of the other DLC trucks, for a lot of the DLC trucks in this game, they aren't really useful, right? So you got like the Land Rovers, can't really do much with a Scout. You got the Jeeps, same thing. Can't really do too much with a Scout. You got the Apache. You got the Con Marshall. You got the Rizvani Hercules. I know I'm naming off all the Scout DLCs, but you guys are kind of catching my drift. Now, sure, there are other DLC trucks that are more useful. And as an example, we can say the Navistar. But that one is also kinda not too useful. It only has a few options for upgrades, and it consumes fuel like crazy. And there's the Western Star trucks. Those are all good. But in terms of capability, this is by far the best truck you can pay money to buy. And if I were to put this truck in a ranking, I would say it's slightly behind the ZikZ 612R in terms of just driving around and getting places, because it does seem to struggle a little bit more going up hills, I would say. And one of the biggest negatives for me is the overhang of this front bumper. So sometimes you're going down a hill and you'll crash into mud or rocks and you take some damage and you get kind of stuck. It's not the end of the world, but it does add up and it does slow you down, and sometimes it even stops you. I haven't had a chance to drive the truck too much, but that was a good example of what I was just talking about, front end just smashing into it. But I didn't really want this to be a review. I kind of wanted to be more factual about the truck. One of the things I absolutely love about this truck is that it can have chain tires. Of all the times that I pulled all of those big heavy trailers, this truck carried it really, really well. So again, I don't have too much review type material to say about the truck. It has a very wide turning radius. It uses a pretty good amount of fuel. But alright guys, that is going to be it for this video. You guys will have to let me know what you thought of it down below. Are there things that you think I missed? Things I should have included? Things that I said too much about? Did I waste your time on a certain area talking about something too much? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you guys liked the video, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, as we're trying to grow the channel. And odds are, if you guys like this type of content, you guys like content that I've made in the past and also content that I will make in the future. So as always, stay tuned till the next one. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to watch another video, there's a random video on screen and another playlist. Please be sure to share the video, like it, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those bell notifications so you're notified when I upload. And until next time, peace.